As hundreds of thousands of Americans got hooked on opioids, one family, the Sacklers, raked in billions of dollars from their suffering. But the Sacklers didn't act alone. Gerald Posner is an investigative journalist. He's written an entire book on the opioid epidemic. We had a fascinating conversation with him. Here's part of it.
2007, Purdue had to plead guilty to felony misbranding, misrepresenting the drug as not addictive enough and too safe and everything else. $600 million fines, $34 million paid by the top 3 executives. And if we spoke the week after that, I would have said to you, it's over. That's it. Doesn't matter if they have Frank Luntz or they have McKinsey or whoever else. They're not going to sell big numbers anymore. And boy, would I have been wrong, because it's from 2008, after they plead guilty, after there's a compliance agreement, after the Department of Justice is supposed to watch them. They have their biggest sales from 2008 on. They bring in McKinsey, the great firm, to say, okay, Frank Luntz is good, but we need the big guys here. We need McKinsey. And McKinsey tells them how to turbocharge sales in 2013 when sales are down $100 million. And every year they're taking out $800 million, the family, $900 million, $1 billion. In 2015, they make the Forbes wealthiest families list, and Forbes calls them the Oxy Clan when they came onto the Forbes.
What did McKinsey tell them?
McKinsey told them, this is fantastic, you need to increase the sales representatives who are going out, the detail team, those who are selling the drugs directly to the doctors, convincing them to do it, by 20%. Make them make more visits. And don't have them waste their time on the low prescribing doctors, because that's not really worth it. Go just for the high prescribing doctors.
To the pill mills.
Yeah, go to the ones who are sending out a lot of pills.
I think a lot of people who first read about this story 20 years ago said to themselves, well, that's really sad. People are dying of drug abuse. In their hand, addicts OD. And they're addicts. And your sympathy for an addict is limited because they're an addict and they're reviled. My mind was changed when I read the numbers. The numbers of pills coming into certain zip codes, particularly in Appalachia and Kentucky and West Virginia and parts of Ohio, were so high that it didn't seem to me that any honest and decent pharma executive could read these in the monthly report and think that was okay.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's a matter, you can't get away with it. They knew there was heavy concentrations. They never reported any of this to the FDA. They never reported anything back to the DEA. They just said, they put on their blinders and said, let's pocket the money. There's a lot of responsibility, by the way, to go around on the opioid crisis. It's not just Purdue. It's not just the Sacklers. Yes. It's the FDA. It's the lax FDA. It's the middle distributors. It's greedy doctors. It's doctors running pill mills. There's no questions. It's pharmacists who are willing to cut the rules and look the other way to fill a prescription that shouldn't be done. So, the Sacklers will take the brunt of the blame because they are the owners of this star drug that caused so much devastation and left it in its wake. But there's plenty of blame to go around.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.